On this episode of O'Fallon Matters, catch up with O'Fallon's hockey queen, experience the Senior Police Academy, and find out how to receive homebound book services. Next on O'Fallon Matters. Hi, I'm Dave Burkhart with O'Fallon Matters. Controlling unwanted wildlife and keeping our parks safe is the duty of this O'Fallon Police Department division.
Meet O'Fallon PD's Animal Control and Park Ranger Unit. One day they may rescue a stray dog, and the next day they are enforcing city park ordinances. Even though they have several challenging duties, their focus always stays the same.
We have 4 rangers, and on a typical day, we have 2 rangers on, one working in the morning and one working in the evening. We try to cover as much of the daylight hours as possible. The main duties of animal control, the most important is to keep the citizens of O'Fallon safe. We're also very interested in the welfare of the animals. However, we're first and foremost here for the citizens and their health.
This unit deals with domesticated animal and specific wildlife cases. They address animal complaints regarding barking dogs, at-large animals, and strays. They also take care of dog and cat bites or scratches. They deal with unwanted pets, humane trapping of pets, and lost and found pets. Park rangers also uphold the city's animal ordinances and violations occurring within the city's parks.
The biggest challenge of the job is when an animal owner isn't as responsible as what they should be, and either they're not spay or neutering their pets, or they just let their pets roam, which then in turn causes a lot of problems and safety issues for citizens in O'Fallon.
O'Fallon PD equips the unit with state-of-the-art vehicles, which helps our officers do their duty in a more efficient manner.
Whenever we capture the animals, the dog for the most part, we are able to load them up into one of the kennels, and we always take the leash off, and then at that point, when we get to animal talk, they're very comfortable and secure. They're not stressed out at all. They can come out and then be rekennelled at the vet. When we get a stray animal, if it's something that is domesticated, we always take it to Animal Talk, which is a veterinarian that we work with, and from there they are always placed back with their owner or adopted out. One of the most intriguing parts of our jobs is when people might decide to own an exotic pet, or they may have too many pets. It happens in all dynamics of the city. It's always fun dealing with certain animals that you never thought that you would deal with having this position. I've gotten to handle so much that it's pretty shocking to me, and it's always very exciting.
If you have lost your pet, please make sure you call the O'Fallon Police Dispatch at 636-240-3200. Make sure to press 1 for animal control and report your lost pet. If you'd like to find out more information about the City of O'Fallon Police Department's Animal Control and Park Ranger Division, you can go to www.o'fallon.mo.us/PD.
Position defense. Shoots left, is 5'6", and is making a big impression on the sport of hockey in a very short time. Her name is Jinsey Dunn, and she resides right here in O'Fallon. Joe Richter is here to give us a scoop on the U.S. women's hockey team's brightest young star.
Jinsey Dunn is just your average teenager. She's trying to balance her studies with her social life and, of course, you know, Olympic trials. She's actually going for the 2014 Women's USA Hockey Team, and has a very good chance to make it.
Jinsey competed in the USA Women's Hockey Selection Camp that was held earlier in June in Lake Placid, New York. And boy, does she shine bright on hockey's biggest stage. In fact, Jinsey made the 25-player roster.
There was pressure, but I just remembered pressure as a privilege. Like, it was just an honor to be there, and I just wanted to make the most of it. Just have fun with it.
I guess you could say that she simply has followed in the family footsteps when it comes to hockey. Her little brother wanted to play roller hockey, so Jinsey decided that roller hockey was better than figure skating.
Yeah, when I always played with the boys when I was little, I was always the biggest kid on the team because I grew so much faster than everybody, so they just stuck me on defense. And I ended up really liking it, and that's where I ended up playing. So.
Well, Jinsey knows she's accomplished a whole lot already at her young age, but she also knows that she never would have accomplished all this without the help of her family and friends.
They definitely taught me my priorities, so that's God first, family second, school, and then hockey. So I wasn't going to practice until my homework was done. So I learned very quickly to get my homework done and just finish schoolwork, and they always taught me like how to treat your teammates, and you may not like your coach, but you're going to respect them.
When life on the road gets hectic for this teenager, she knows that her tight-knit family will be there to pick her up.
Well, my family's great about helping me. So my parents are really good. You know, if I've been on the road for a while, they'll say, hey, why don't you call up a friend and, you know, go out to lunch, or hey, let's do a family dinner, you know, just relax. And my family, it's just great with them.
You may think that Jinsey eats, sleeps, and breathes hockey, but you might be surprised as she gets back to her community.
Volunteer work is like really big to me, to go out and to serve other people, because I think in life, like, that's where you get the biggest joys, is when you go out and you do something else for somebody else. So I love to volunteer.
Now it's off to Boston for training with the USA Women's National Hockey Team.
I move up there August 1st, and then I'm gonna, mostly August is all off-ice training, but real practice starts September 1st.
After Boston, she heads back to Lake Placid. Then Jinsey will find out in December if she will represent the USA women's squad in Sochi, Russia. If she makes the team, she will be only the second 16-year-old to make the final roster.
That would be a dream come true, just to be able to represent my country and letting, you know, all the hard work pays off, and it would be something I get to share with my family and everybody, so it would just be an absolute dream.
Well, no matter where in the world Jinsey Dunn's skills take her, she knows that the people of O'Fallon will always be behind her.
A new initiative has been put in place to combat unemployment amongst veterans. Here's Jim David from the O'Fallon Veterans Affairs Office with more.
The new initiative is we're trying to help veterans, particularly young veterans, find employment. We provide them with assistance to the veterans in writing their resume, writing their cover letters, in getting prepped for interviews by running through some standard questions that they'll come across. We will also give them some advice on how to dress for an interview, generally those types of things. This initiative came about through cooperation of AMVETS National Headquarters. AMVETS is the American Veterans Association, and the Call of Duty Endowment Foundation, which is a foundation set up to assist veterans in getting employment.
While veteran unemployment rates are lower than the national average, younger veterans are having a much harder time finding work.
I think our area is hit hard for unemployment among younger veterans, just as it is a nationwide problem, because our young guys are coming out of the military and they don't know how to convert their military experience into terms that a civilian employer will understand. So what we do is we sit down and we talk with the individual and find out what other things he did in the military. Maybe he was a squad leader, he supervised 10 or 15 people. Maybe he was in charge of ordering all the supplies for the unit. Those types of things that we have to sit down and talk to the individual about and convert what he did in the military into civilian job experience.
There are plenty of job opportunities for veterans. All that's needed is taking that first step.
In order to get started, a veteran needs to just give us a call. 636-379-4666. 5577. That's our office. We're here Monday and Tuesday from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, Wednesday and Thursday from 9 until 1, and we're closed on Fridays. But all they have to do is just give us a call, talk to one of us, one of the volunteers here in the office, and we'll set up an appointment to where we can sit down and talk with the individual and get them started.
The O'Fallon Veterans Affairs Office is located in the O'Fallon Municipal Center at 100 North Main Street. For more information, visit www.o'fallon.mo.us.
It's time for a break. When we come back, we'll get the scoop on a St. Charles County Library program that is making a big impact in our community. Then we'll travel to the O'Fallon Senior Center for a unique learning opportunity. Stay with us for O'Fallon Matters.
The O'Fallon Mayor's Youth Advisory Council wants you to arrive at your destination safe and sound.
Here are a few tips to help you avoid texting while driving.
Ask a passenger to send a text for you.
You can see who texted you after you stop driving. Throw the phone in the backseat if you don't have the willpower. It's not worth dying over.
If you need to send a text, pull over to a safe area first.
Set up a message to tell your friend that you are driving and you'll get back to them as soon as possible.
Admit it, parents, how many times have you texted while driving? In our fast-paced society, it's hard not to answer a text as soon as it rings. But remember, your kids are watching and will inevitably follow your behavior.
Remember, texting and driving is dangerous. This has been a message brought to you by the O'Fallon Mayor's Youth Advisory Council.
Welcome back to O'Fallon Matters. Opening your own business is tough enough. That's the inspiration behind this O'Fallon program.
Open in the O is a program or a tool that we developed last year. What we wanted to do was try to facilitate a business-friendly environment for the city of O'Fallon. We wanted to help promote small business growth, expansion, opportunity, and so this tool is really the bringing together of all the departments: planning, economic development, engineering, fire districts, outside agencies as well. The program is focused specifically on small businesses mainly, and people that are interested in either opening a business for the first time or expanding a small business that's already located in the city, or relocating a business that's outside the city. We want to make it as easy as possible up front so that they're aware of what the requirements are, as well as any potential pitfalls or issues. Strategic Plan actually wants to build off of the Open in the O program as a tool. We want to make it even more effective. We want to include the outside agencies better. We want to make sure that they're an active participant in that process, as well as their regulations and their requirements, which sometimes might be a little different than ours. We want to make sure we have full access to that and they have access to ours. A second part of that would be also to maintain a list of the contacts involved so that everybody knows who to contact rather than trying to call different departments and different numbers. A third element that we're looking to do as well is provide some sort of visual presentation, possibly like a flow chart as part of the brochure or part of the applications, so that people, when they're looking at an application or looking online at our process, they can actually see how it flows, rather than trying to determine or guess what that is, or have to call departments or staff members to determine what's next. The fire department's probably our biggest agency involvement that's outside the city. Because the fire department is not part of the city, a lot of businesses come from other communities where fire and city are combined. The brochure or the program details are available on the city's website. And I encourage any prospective businesses inside or outside the city that are looking to locate or expand here to check it out, to read through the brochure. If they have any questions, they can call the planning department, the economic development department. We're all available to be able to assist them at any time.
This next story features a program which is committed to ensuring that every St. Charles County resident has access to a true library experience, even if they don't live near a library.
The Books to You program is sponsored by the Library Foundation. Every week, this program provides a vital service to the seniors of our community. Programs like this put huge smiles on the face of those residents who struggle to get to the library.
The library district has this program to be able to bring services to those individuals that can't come into the library, and so the Library Foundation actually sponsors it and hosts it, searching for volunteers that are able to provide those services, because we want to make sure that even if people aren't able to come into the library, the services can be delivered to them.
There's no better time than now to sign up to volunteer or to receive materials through the Books to You program.
We pair them with a volunteer. They just need to fill out a simple application that talks about why they need the services, where they live, so that we can pair them with a volunteer that lives in their area, and then we connect them with someone who is interested in providing those services, and so we call them home visit specialists.
It takes very little time. You can just drop off the books if your person doesn't wish to visit. If they want to visit, I will sit and visit with Elaine for maybe an hour or so, and it's every couple of weeks. So I run to the library, it's right around the corner, and then just run over and read some books. So it doesn't take up a lot of time, but it's a lot of value for myself, and I know it's a lot of value for Elaine.
She's so warm and giving. It just makes me more appreciative. And I have tried to tell as many seniors that are homebound as I can of the program.
Besides providing reading materials for seniors, the program also gives recipients a reading buddy or just a person to talk to.
One of the things that the recipients talk about, it's great that they get the books and they really appreciate the materials that come in, but for them, it's also more about the relationship and the connection that they build with the volunteers, because a lot of people, and especially if they're in senior homes or assisted living centers, may not have the visits, regular interaction that they used to have, and so for them it's an extra interaction and visit and just time to chat with someone that they may not necessarily have on an ongoing basis.
Since this is a program where you receive books, you choose the books yourself, but you receive books so you can do so much with that. Broaden your mind, or just read for therapy or comedy, whatever it is that you like. And if you're homebound, you're generally not able to do too much, so reading is a good thing, I think.
So I think it's just one thing extra that we can do to really kind of support specifically the seniors in our area to make sure that they are still connected to the community.
For more information on the Books to You program, you can go to www.stchlibraryfoundation.org/books to you, or feel free to give them a call at 636 441-2300 and then hit extension 1517.
O'Fallon seniors receive a lesson in safety from the Senior Citizens Police Academy.
The Senior Citizens Police Academy is a citizen program that we do every summer, and it's 4 weeks, two times a week, so 8 sessions. We try to gear most of the classes towards issues that affect our seniors, and that's fraud, identity theft, different scams that seniors are often victimized by, and we try to give them the tools to not become victims. We also do some fun things like a police K-9 demonstration, and we have the SWAT team out to show off what they do and a lot of the tools that they use. The last day we do a little graduation ceremony, and then we'll take a tour of the police department.
One of this year's guest speakers was Kyle Gaines from the St. Charles County Ambulance District, who introduced 2 beneficial programs for seniors.
The Ambulance District offers 2 great programs for older adults that I would certainly encourage everyone to learn a little bit more about and take advantage of if they think they'd be of interest. The first of those is our Rapid Access program that provides safe entry for our paramedics, and the other is our completely free File of Life program that lets folks chart out their medical information so it's available for paramedics.
The biggest crimes against seniors, especially those on a fixed income, are scams, identity theft, and fraud. Financial scams targeting seniors have become so prevalent that they're now considered the crime of the 21st century. This was a valuable lesson learned by those who attended the academy.
When they gave the presentation Tuesday, there were people here that personally is involved in a situation like they presented and gave answers to them. So it was very important for us to know these things, what's legal and what's not legal, and what can be going on.
If you missed out on this year's Senior Citizens Police Academy and would like to speak to an officer regarding any of the topics discussed at this year's academy, just give them a call.
You can call our police department 24 hours a day. The non-emergency number is area code 636-240-3200, and that's our non-emergency number. Obviously, if you have an emergency, call 911. It's the same dispatchers that are answering. The only difference is we have 911 phones and non-emergency phones.
Even without a shirt?
So for non-emergency calls, just call the police department at 240-3200, and you're talking to the same people, and you're not tying up a 911 line for somebody that has a life-threatening emergency.
For more information on the File of Life or the Rapid Access Program, call the St. Charles County Ambulance District at 636-344-7600 or visit them online at www.sccad.com.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you have a good story idea, let us know. You can email us at OFallonTV@ofallon.mo.us. Please remember to give back to your community because O'Fallon matters to all of us.